Let's just continue this. And pleasing Krishna then is being a devotee of Krishna.
A devotee is one who is always pleasing Krishna. He has no other business. That is a devotee.
Can you tell me something more about chanting Hare Krishna? I have for quite some time chanted, but never regularly. Just a little bit here and there. I just got beats very recently, and once in a while I feel comfortable chanting, and once in a while not comfortable at all. Maybe I don't chant properly. I don't know.
Yes, everything was a process. You have to adopt the process.
The devotees tell me of the ecstasy they feel when chanting.
Yes, the more you become purified, the more you will feel ecstasy. This chanting is purifying process.
Yeah. Next is chapter 6, the perfect devotee in Mayapur. Srila Prabhupada, earlier today we were discussing the need to practice austerity in Krishna consciousness. Can you say something more about that?
Yes, under the direction of the spiritual master, one should practice austerities. You have no mind to follow austerities. But when you accept a spiritual master, you have to carry out to his order. That is austerity.
Even if you don't want to practice austerity, you must.
Yes, you must. Because you have surrendered to your spiritual master. His order is final. So even if you don't like it, you have to do it to please me.
Uh,
But you don't like it. Hmm. Nobody likes to fast, but the spiritual master says today fasting. So what can be done? A disciple is one who has voluntarily agreed to be disciplined by the spiritual master. That is austerity.
many people in the material world may be completely enamored by material life and they don't want to undergo any austerity or bodily pain, but they still must. They're forced by nature to suffer austerities.
That is forced austerity. That is not good. Only voluntary austerity will help.
But if you don't undergo voluntary austerity, then you must be forced to undergo austerity.
That is the difference between man and animal. An animal cannot accept austerity voluntarily, but a man can accept it. Suppose there are some nice sweetmeats in the confectioner shop. A man wants to eat them, but he sees that he has no money, so he restrains himself. But when a cow comes, immediately she pushes her mouth in. You may beat her with a stick, but she will tolerate it. Therefore, an animal cannot undergo austerity. But our austerity is very nice. We chant Hare Krishna and dance. And then Krishna sends very nice food and we eat. That's all. Why are you not agreeable to such austerity? Chanting, dancing, and eating nicely. And because we are following austerities, Krishna sent us nice things. So we are not losers. When you become Krishnaized, you get more comforts than at the present moment. That's a fact. I have been living alone for the last 20 years, but I have no difficulties. Before taking sannyasa, I was living in Delhi, and although I was living alone, I had no difficulties.
If if you don't accept spiritual discipline, the nature will force so many calamities.
Oh, yes, Krishna states that in Bhagavad Gita 7.14. Daiviyesha gunamayi mama maya
Duratyaya
duratyaya
mameve
mamevaya
prapadyante
pradyante mayam
mameve
etam
tarante.
tante. This divine energy of mind, consisting of three modes of material nature, is difficult to overcome. But those who have surrendered unto me can easily cross beyond it. Maya is imposing so many difficulties. But as soon as you surrender to Krishna, no more imposition.
We were so foolish that we were always thinking in the future I'll be happy.
Yes, that is Maya, illusion. That is like the ass. You sit down on the back of the ass and hold a morsel of food in front of its face. The ass is thinking, let me go forward a little, and I shall get the grass. But it is always one foot distance. That is assism. Everyone is thinking, let me go little forward, and I'll be very happy.
There is a long pause filled with the sound of bicycle horns, children playing, and throngs of people calling to one another. I thank you so much. Tomorrow I'll have to leave you.
Don't talk live, Leave, but
Talk
talk
live.
live. Live.
I cannot yet. I must return to my town tomorrow.
Don't return.
I should stay here tomorrow?
Stay here.
If you tell me so, I'll stay.
Yes, you are a very good boy. It is very simple. When the living entities forget Krishna, they are not in this material world. Krishna means his name, his forms, his abode, his pastimes, everything. When we speak of a king, it means that king's government, his palace, his queen, his sons, his secretaries, his military strength, his activities, everything. Is it not?
Yes.
Similarly, since Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead, as soon as we think of Krishna, this means we are in touch with Krishna and all his energies. That is completely by saying Radha Krishna. Radha represents all the energies of Krishna, and Krishna is the supreme Lord. So when we speak of Krishna, the living entities are also included because the living entities are also one of the energies of Krishna, his superior energy. When this energy is not serving the energetic, that is material existence. The whole world is not serving Krishna, or they are serving Krishna indirectly, just as disobedient citizens serve the government indirectly. Prisoners come to the prison house on the account of their disobediences of the law of the state. But in the prison house, they are forced to obey the laws of the state. Similarly, all the living entities here are godless, either by ignorance or by choice. They do not like to accept the supremacy of God. Demonic, demoniac. So we are trying to bring them to their original condition. That is Krishna conscious movement.
I'd like to ask you about something I talked with the devotees about medicine. I walked to the river with some devotees today. I have a cold, so I said I shouldn't go in the water. Some felt I should because it is a Ganges, and some said I shouldn't because I have a cold. And we were talking, and I don't understand. Do we get sick because of our bad actions in the past?
Yes, that's a fact. Any kind of distress we suffer is due to our impious activities in the past.
But when someone is removed from the karmic influences, does he still get sick?
No, or even if we get sick, that is very temporary. For instance, the fan is moving. If you disconnect the electric power, the fan will move for a few minutes. That movement is not due to the electric current. It is due to the what it is called
Momentum.
momentum. But as soon as the momentum is gone, no more movement. Similarly, even if a devotee who has surrendered to Krishna is suffering from material consequences, that is temporary. Therefore, a devotee does not take any material miseries as miseries. He takes them as Krishna's, God mercy.
Uh, that attitude seems possible only for a perfected soul.
A perfected soul is one who engages 24 hours a day in Krishna consciousness. That is perfection. That is transcendental position. Perfection means to engage in one's original consciousness. That Krishna states in Bhagavad Gita 8.15. Mamupteya punarjanma dukkalayam ashashvatam napnuvanti mahatmanam samsiddhim param gata. Anyone who comes to me does not return to this miserable temporary material world. That is complete perfection. Some siddhi. Siddhi is perfection. That is Brahman realization, spiritual realization. And some siddhi means devotion, which comes after Brahman realization.
Could you just say the last thing again, please?
Some siddhi.
Yes.
Some means complete and siddhi means perfection. In the Bhagavad Gita, it is stated that one who goes back home, back to Godhead, has attained complete perfection. So, perfection comes when one realizes that he is not this body, he is the spirit soul. That is the Brahma Bhuta stage called Brahman realization. That is perfection. And samsiddhi, complete perfection, comes after Brahman realization. When one engages in devotional service, therefore, if one is already engaged in devotional service, it is it is to be understood that Brahman realization is there. Therefore, it is called samsiddhi.
I ask you this very humbly, but do you feel diseases and sickness?
Yes,
Is that a result of your past karma?
yes,
So, one in this material world never escapes his karma completely?
yes, he escapes. No more karma for a devotee. No more karmic reaction.
But you must be the best devotee.
No, I don't consider myself the best devotee. I am the lowest.
No.
You are the best devotee.
Oh, no, no, no. What you say always seems right, so you must be the best devotee.
The thing is that even the best devotee comes to the second class platform when he preaches.
What would the best devotee be doing?
The best devotee does not preach.
What does he do?
He sees that there is no need of preaching. For him, everyone is a devotee. Yes, he sees no more non devotees, all devotees. He is called an
Uttama.
Uttama Adhikari. But while I am preaching, how can I say I am the best devotee? Just like Radharani, she does not see anyone as a non devotee. Therefore, we try to approach Radharani.
Who is this?
Radharani, Krishna's consort.
Ah,
If anyone approaches Radharani, she recommends to Krishna. Here is the best devotee. He is better than me. And Krishna cannot refuse him. That is the best devotee. But it is not to be imitated. I have become the best devotee. Aswaretad adinesu balisesu dvisatsu cha. A second class devotee has the vision that some are envious to God. But this is not the vision of the best devotee. The best devotee says, nobody is envious of God. Everyone is better than me. Just like Chaitanya Charitamrita authors. Krishnadas Kaviraja, he says, I am the lower than the worm in the stool.
who is saying that?
Krishnadasa Kaviraja, the author of Chaitanya Charitamrita. पुरिसेन खिता साहित्य मुनि से लगी स्था. He is not making a show. He is feeling like that. I am the lowest. Everyone is the best. But I am the lowest. Everyone else is engaged in Krishna's service. But I am not engaged. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, oh, I have to not have not a pinch of devotion to the Krishna. I cried to make a show. If I had been a devotee of Krishna, I would have died long ago. But I am living. That is the proof that I do not love Krishna. That is the vision of the best devotee. He is no more absorbed in Krishna's love that he says, everyone else is a devotee, but I am the lowest. Therefore, I cannot see the God. That's the best devotee.
So, a devotee must work for everybody's liberation.
Yes, a devotee must work under the direction of a bona fide spiritual master, not imitate the best devotee.
So, once you said that sometimes you feel sickness or pain due to the simple activities of your devotees. Can disease sometimes be due to that?
You see, Krishna says, Ham tvam sarva papyebhyo mokshashyamini ma sucha. I will deliver you from all the sinful reaction. Do not fear. Krishna is so powerful that he can take up all the sins of others and immediately make them right. But when a living entity act on behalf of Krishna, he also take the responsibility for the sinful activities of his devotees. Therefore, to become a guru is not an easy task. You see, he has to take all the poisons and absorb them. So sometimes, because he is not Krishna, there is some trouble. Therefore, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had forbidden, do not make any, do not make many disciples. But for preaching work, to expand the preaching, we have to accept many disciples, even if we suffer. That's a fact. The spiritual master has to take the responsibility for all the sinful activities of his disciples. Therefore, to make many disciples is a risky job unless one is able to assimilate all the sins. वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. I offer my respectful obeisances unto all the Vaishnava devotees of the Lord. Just like the desires, like desired trees, they can fulfill the desires of everyone, and they are not full of compassion for the fallen conditioned souls. The spiritual master takes responsibility for all the fallen souls. That idea is on the Bible. In the Bible, Jesus Christ took all the sinful reactions of the people and sacrificed his life. That is a responsibility of spiritual master. Because Krishna is Krishna, is Apapa Vidha. He cannot be attacked by sinful reactions. But a living entity is sometimes subjected to their influence because he is so small. Big fire, small fire. If you put some big thing in a small fire, the fire itself may be extinguished. But in a big fire, whatever you put in is burned up. The big fire can consume anything.
Christ's suffering was of that nature.
He took the sinful reactions of all the people. Therefore, he suffered.
I see.
In the Bible, it is said that he took all the sinful reactions of the people and sacrificed his life. But these Christian people have made it a law for Jesus to suffer while they do all nonsense. Such great fools they are. They have let Jesus Christ make a contract for taking all their sinful reactions so they can go on with all the nonsense. That is their religion. Christ was no magnanimous that he took all their sins and suffered, but that does not induce them to stop all these sins. They have not come to that sense. They have taken it very easily. Let Lord Jesus Christ suffer, and we will do all the nonsense. Is it not?
It is so.
They should have been ashamed. Lord Jesus Christ suffered for us, but we are continuing the sinful activities. He told everyone, thou shall not kill. But they are indulging in killing, thinking Lord Jesus Christ will excuse us and take all the sinful reaction. This is going on. We should be very cautious. For my sinful actions, my spiritual master will suffer. So I'll not commit even a pinch of sinful activities. That is the duty of disciple. After initiation, all sinful reactions is finished. Now, if he again commits sinful activities, his spiritual master has to. A disciple should be sympathetic and consider that for his sinful activities, his spiritual master will suffer. If the spiritual master is attacked by some disease, it is due to the sinful activities of others. Therefore, the injection is don't make many disciples. But we do it because we are preaching. Never mind, let us suffer. Still, we shall accept these disciples. So, your question was whether when I suffer, it is due to my past misdeeds. Was it not? That is my misdeed. That I accepted some disciples who are nonsense. That is my misdeed.
This happens on occasion.
Yes, this is sure to happen because we are accepting so many disciples. It is the duty of the disciples to be cautious. My spiritual master has saved me. I should not put him under again into any suffering. Of course, when the spiritual master is suffering, Krishna saves me. Krishna thinks, oh, he has taken so much responsibility for delivering fallen persons. So Krishna says,
Kunte
Kaunteya
Titanati.
कौन्तेय प्रतिजानाति न मे भक्त
Me
प्रणश
Bhakta Pranashyati.
मे भक्त प्रणश्यति. O son of Kunti, declare it boldly that my devotees never perishes. The spiritual master is protected because he takes the risk on the account of Krishna.
Your suffering is not the same kind of pain we feel.
No, it is not due to the karma. The pain is there sometimes, so that the disciples may know. Due to our sinful activities, our spiritual master is suffering.
You look very well now.
I am always well in the sense that even if there is a suffering, I know Krishna will protect me. But this suffering is not due to my sinful activities.
In the town I live, I take boiled water because some of the water has disease in it. Now, why should I drink boiled water if I've been good enough not to get a disease? Then I may drink any water. And if I have been not acting properly, then I shall get disease anyway.
So long as you are in this material world, you cannot neglect physical laws. Suppose you go to a jungle and there is a tiger, it is known that it will attack you. So why should you voluntarily go and be attacked? It is not that a devotee should take unnecessary physical risk. He shouldn't think. Now that I have become a devotee, I challenge everything. That is foolishness.
Anasakti
Anasaktya Visyan Yeta Haram Upa Upayanjatha
Upayanjata.
Nirbandhan Krishna Sambandhe Yuktam
Yuktam
Vairagyam
Vairagyam.
Yuchata. The devotee is advised to accept the necessity of life without attachment. He will take boiled water. But if boiled water is not available, does it mean he will not drink boiled water? Not drink water? If it is not available, he will drink ordinary water. We take Krishna prasadam, but while touring, we sometimes have to take some food in the hotel. Because one is a devotee, should he think, I will not take any food from the hotel. Shall starve. If I starve, then I will be weak and will not be able to preach.
Does a devotee lose some of his individuality?
No, he has full individuality for pleasing Krishna. Krishna says, You surrender unto me. So he voluntarily surrenders. It is not that he has lost his individuality. He keeps his individuality. Just like Arjuna in the beginning, he was declining to fight on the account of his individuality. But when he accepted Krishna as his spiritual master, he became a disciple. Then, whatever Krishna ordered, he said yes. That doesn't mean he lost his individuality. He voluntarily accepted whatever Krishna says, I shall do it. Or just like all my disciples, they have not lost their individuality, but they have surrendered their individuality. That is required. For example, suppose a man does not indulge in sex, it does not mean he has become important. If he likes, he can have sex 1,000 times, but he has voluntarily avoided it. Param drishta nivartaye. He has an higher taste. Sometimes we fast, but that doesn't mean we are diseased. We voluntarily fast. It doesn't mean that I am not hungry or I cannot eat, but we voluntarily fast.
Does a devotee who surrenders keep his individual taste for different things?
Yes,
Does he keep his individual likes and dislikes?
yes, he keeps everything in full, but he gives his preferences to Krishna. Suppose I like something, but Krishna say, no, you cannot use it. Then I shall not use it. I give it up for Krishna's sake, positively. Krishna says, I like this thing. So we have to offer Krishna what he likes. And then we take prasadam. Krishna like Radharani. Therefore, all the gopis are trying to push Radharani to Krishna. Krishna likes the gopis. All right, push her forward to him. That is Krishna consciousness, to satisfy the senses of Krishna, not to satisfy my senses. That is bhakti. That is called prema, love for Krishna. Ah, Krishna, like this. I must give him this.
Some prasadam I like and some I find not at all to my liking.
You should not do that. Perfection is whatever is offered to Krishna, you should accept. That is perfection. You cannot say, I like this, I don't like this. So, as long you are making such discrimination, that means you have not appreciated what prasadam is. No disliking, no liking. Whatever Krishna likes, that's all right.
But suppose someone prepares something for Krishna but does not make it so nicely.
No, if made sincerely with devotion, then Krishna will like it. Just like Vidura. Vidura was feeling Krishna's bananas, but he was not observed in thought that he was throwing away the real bananas and giving Krishna the skin, and the Krishna was eating. Krishna knew that he was giving him the skins in devotion, and Krishna can eat anything, provided therein is devotion. It is not. It doesn't matter whether it is materially tasty or not. Similarly, a devotee also take Krishna Prasadam whether it is tasty or not. We should accept everything.
But if the devotion is not there,
If devotion is not there, Krishna does not like any food, either tasty or not tasty. He does not accept it.
in India,
Oh, India, India. Don't talk of India. Talk of the philosophy. If there is no devotion, Krishna does not accept anything, whether in India or in your country. Lord Krishna is not obliged to accept anything costly because it is very tasty. Krishna has very many tastes. very many tasty dishes in Vaikunta. He is not anchoring after your food. He accepts your devotion, bhakti. The real thing is devotion, not the food. Krishna does not accept any food of this material world. He accepts only the devotion. Patram pushpam phalam toyam yo me bhakta prayashyata tadaham bhaktya upatam asnami prayatnamam manam. If one offers me with love and devotion a leaf, a flower, a fruit, or water, I will accept it because it has been offered to me with the devotion and love. It is the devotion that is required. Therefore, we do not allow anyone to cook who is not a devotee. Krishna does not accept anything from the hands of a non devotee. Why should he accept? He is not agree. He does not require any food. He accepts only the devotion. That's all. That's the main point. So one has to become a devotee, not a good cook. But if he is a devotee, then he will be good cook also. Automatically he will become a good cook. Therefore, one has to become a devotee only. Then all good other good qualifications will automatically be there. And if he is a non-devotee, any good qualification has no value. He is on a mental plane, so he has no good qualification.
I still do not understand so much about prasadam.
Prasadam is always prasadam, but because we are not elevated sufficiently, therefore we do not like some prasadam.
I find that some prasadam is too spicy and hurts my stomach.
Well, sorry. Well, that is also due to not appreciating, but the cook should have some consideration. Krishna must be offered first class foods. So, if the cook offers something last class, he is not performing his duty. But Krishna can accept anything if it is ordered by a devotee, and a devotee can accept any prasadam, even if it is spicy. Hiranyakashipu gave his son some poison, and after offering it to Krishna, the son drank it as a nectar and remained numb. So even if prasadam is very spicy to others, it is not palatable to the devotees. What is the question of spicy? Krishna offers poison, real poison, by Putana Rakshasi. But he is so nice that he thought she came to me as my mother. So he took the poison and delivered her. Krishna does not take the bad side. A good man does not take the bad side. He takes only the good side. Just like one of my god brothers. He want to make business with my Guru Maharaj, but my Guru Maharaj did not take the bad side. He took the good side. He thought he has come forward to give me some service.
Let us say some devotee has some medical trouble and cannot eat a certain type of food. For instance, some devotees do not eat ghee because of liver trouble. So, should these devotees also take all kinds of prasadam?
No, no, sorry, excuse me. Those who are not perfect devotees may discriminate, but a perfect devotee does not discriminate. Why should you imitate a perfect devotee? So long as you have discrimination, you are not a perfect devotee. So why should you artificially imitate a perfect devotee and eat everything? The point is, a perfect devotee does not make any discrimination. Whatever is offered to Krishna is nectar. That's all. Krishna accepts anything from a devotee. Whatever is offered to me by a devotee, I accept. The same thing is true for a pure devotee. Don't you see this point? A perfect devotee does not make any discrimination. But if I am not the perfect devotee and I discriminate, why should I imitate the perfect devotee? It may not be possible for me to digest everything because I am not a perfect devotee. A devotee should not be a foolish man. It is said, Krishna ye bhaje se bada chaturao. So a devotee knows his position and is intelligent enough to deal with others accordingly.
We're done with today's session.
And we are going to end it.
Yeah, thank you. Hare Krishna.
Krishna,
Hare Bol. Please chant Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare. And be happy. Hare Bol.